Can't get left behind. Gotta keep up with the trend. Here we go.
Hello everyone, how's it going? Good morning. It is very early in the morning, like very early. The light is just coming out, so I'm awake, but my voice is still not quite totally awake, so you can probably hear it in my voice a little bit. But the reason I woke up really early is I want to get some footage of the sunrise. Not of the actual sun rising, but of the sunlight from the sun shining onto the plants and stuff. I find that I'm so much more excited to film when the lighting's really nice, which is always sometimes hard to find, especially right now in the rainy season, a lot of clouds. But hoping this morning the sun's gonna pop out and we can get some nice footage. Watch this. When I bump my camera, the camera kind of like wobbles. I have the camera dangling from a really spiky plant. I'll post a picture of it on my Instagram or something. It looks quite funny. I would like to give a thank you to my sister Keely for making a modification to my backpack. So I've answered this question before. The backpack which I use on pretty much all my adventures is the Wii Sports Barrel 30 liters. And like with most things, I feel you can modify items to make them work better. Whether it's make them lighter or make them just more comfortable or work quicker. And this backpack I've made so many modifications to. But a few months ago, my friend and I, we were skateboarding and we had to carry our skateboards with our backpacks. So we put them here, like sandwich them in between our backs and the backpack, and it worked. The sandpaper sanded away at the padding and made it really like my backpack turned into sandpaper. So it would mess up all my t-shirts. So it made me not want to use this backpack. But my sister, she sewed on some pieces of fabric that I cut out from the inside, so the backpack didn't actually get any heavier. It's still the same weight. Whoa, here. So now there's a bit of padding, and now it doesn't sand through my t-shirts. So thank you to my sister Keely. Feel when you modify something, it makes you really like that item more if the modification works. Because sometimes you think it's going to work, it doesn't work. But this modification makes me really love this bag quite a bit more. Ah, look, he's biting my legs. So this morning when I woke up, I looked at the clouds and there were a lot of really thick clouds, but it looks like the sun is kind of just like busting through the clouds as it rises. It's quite nice to watch. Okay, let's see what we find. First thing I found, check this out. So you got this dead tree here. Not living anymore, but looks like something lives in there. Could be like some type of woodpecker, or could be a iguana. Maybe most likely a bird, just like the way it looks like it's picked out right there. Probably a bird lives down there, like a little tunnel. hiding underneath my rain jacket because it just started raining, and camera equipment plus rain and water is no bueno. So I'm probably gonna have to start heading home unless it stops raining in the next few minutes. It doesn't seem to want to stop raining. It's just starting to rain more and more. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to start heading home. But that is kind of a bummer. But yeah, I mean, it just happens sometimes. No, wait, you didn't actually think we were gonna start heading home. No. Around here, we do more awesome stuff. So a little bit of rain, no, that can't stop us. Get those shoes off, and we'll have to hide the main camera underneath the rain jacket, but we can still have a good time. Maybe we'll climb a tree. Actually, putting all the backpack and everything down, actually, I feel like free. So I feel like almost like super excited right now to want to do some stuff. So this right here is a concrete pillar that I found underneath some grass, and my idea was to use it to help me climb this tree. But that's not going to work, so we're going to have to try to use a piece of wood. I just need like a step. Oh, no. I guess that's not going to work either. We'll have to think of something else. Okay, so if any of you guys have seen the young filmmaker's video where he was having the same trouble trying to climb a tree, it was just a little too tall, he used a little bit of cordage to help him out, and I remembered that at this moment in time. So lucky for me, I always carry a little bit of paracord just for times like this. Hardly ever use it, but if I ever do, like right now, it's totally worth carrying it around. Just gonna tie a quick little knot, and my plan is for this to just be like a little step to help me up into the tree. There we go. This is definitely gonna work. Just gotta get a good grip. Gotta get the foot right all the way up to up the tree, and then at this moment it's like, yes, I got it. The plan, the idea worked. Yeah, now we're up in a tree. This tree is just barely too tall for me to be able to climb it easily without a little piece of rope or something. You know, a lot of the trees you can figure out a way to climb up without using a piece of rope or something, but there's those few cases where it's just a little too tall and you can't quite get it. And I'm not really sure what all that wood right in the middle of the tree was. It's just like some nails and some wood. Looked like someone may have put it there a while back trying to make a tree house, but it was all rotten, so didn't want to trust that or try to climb on there. Now we'll just explore the tree. Nice view of the ground. Yeah, we'll get a little workout in. This is awesome. Either a monkey or a fish. Monkey or fish. No, that did not work out. Voiceover did not sync with the footage at all. Nope, did not work. Look at that. Looks so nice. I must say, the lighting and everything seems to look better after a little bit of rain. And then once the rain stopped, then the lighting seems to be looking even nicer. Okay, well that tree climb was so much fun, just nice climbing around the trees. But I seriously do think I belong either in a tree or in the ocean. Those are the two places that I just feel comfortable. I just am like in like the perfect state right then and there. I don't think I belong down here on the earth, no. I either gotta be lower than the earth, underwater, or higher than the earth, up in a tree. One or another. So if any of you guys watch any of the other people on the YVR team, community, group, squad, whatever you want to call it, everyone is practicing their handstands and everyone's getting so good at doing a handstand and can't get left behind. So gonna start practicing here and there. Gotta keep up with the trend. Here we go. I never really do handstands. before we keep moving past this tree, make sure to grab my little paracord that I had tied here. Anyone wondering what knot I used? It's just a figure 8 knot, and then I just put both pieces of rope together and then tied a figure 8 knot. Figure 8 is going to be stronger than your average normal knot, and personally I find it easier to untie. So I did kind of untie this before I started filming. Better for video purposes. Earlier I was talking about the modification that my sister did to this backpack. Well, another little thing I did to this bag is, it used to have a sternum I think, or a chest strap, whatever. And the one that this backpack came with was totally fine, works totally fine. But I managed to get this other one, well, almost tripped there. Managed to get this other strap from a different bag that I don't use too much. And the reason I took the buckle off of that one is this one has a little emergency whistle. So instead of me having to carry a whistle in my bag, I have one right here. I can quickly get to it. If it's stuffed in my bag, it's gonna take a lot longer to get to. So if maybe I see a friend, or like I get lost, or someone died or whatever, and you just like make a loud noise really quickly, the whistle. Personally, I feel like every chest strap on a backpack should have a little whistle. It takes barely any space, and maybe there's a reason why you wouldn't put one. I'm sure it costs a little teeny bit more, but it just seems like such a nice thing to have right there, and not having to have a separate one in your bag and this and that. Okay, keep moving. Lots of grass. Whoa, look at these. Alright. Some weird type of flower. So strange. They're like little swirlies. It's like little swirlies at the end, like. I see this one lemon, and it's the only one on the tree, and I think it's fairly ripe. So I'm gonna take this, and hopefully I can use it for something. So I'll take this, and you know what would be absolutely perfect is if I were to be able to find a papaya out here, like one of the good ones, because there's actually a few different types of papayas. There's these smaller ones that are poisonous to people from what I've heard, but the birds eat them. So you see a bird eating it, or a lizard, you think you can eat it. No, 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 no. Gotta make sure it's the bigger papayas, which are the edible ones. Let's see what else we come across. Oh, I always leave a teensy bit of extra space in my bag for cool little finds, like this one. Ooh, what do we have here? Those bananas? They look like they might be bananas. Wow, that is so rare, guys, that the banana tree is lower and you can just like reach up and grab banana. These look like bananas, and they could be mistaken as a banana, but I think those are guineos. I've talked about guineos 100,000 times because they're so common around here, but I don't think those are actual bananas, so we'll leave those. You can make some French fry things out of those, but they're really messy. They get on all the dishes and everything, and they make a big mess. Ooh, another find. Ooh, check this out. We got some type of fruit. Ooh, these look really familiar. I know the name. Okay, this is either cas or guava, unless cas and guava is the exact same thing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is known as guava, and I don't think you eat these. They're mostly used just for like drinks, because it's a really, if you just eat it plain, it's really, the taste on its own doesn't taste very good, so they mostly use these for different drinks and stuff. There's actually a few different ones here, but I'm not sure if these are ripe, because I don't think these are. These are really tough. They're almost like a little bouncy ball. They're really tough. But this tree's loaded with them. Ooh, a nice find. I have to remember that. Okay, keep on moving. This is one of the weirdest plants I've seen all today. So if you look here, it kind of looks like a palm tree, some type of palm tree. But if you look at the leaves, look how weird those leaves look. It's weird because there's this other type of palm tree that has leaves like this, but it's like the entire leaf. One leaf looks like this, but this one is like one leaf has like 100 of those little different sections. So quite strange. Never seen that before. It's funny because one of my videos, I like saw this weird little thing, and then I was like, oh, never seen it before, gonna get away from it. And then I saw some people commenting like, Atua's life quotes. Never seen it before, I'm gonna stay away from it or something. And I feel for certain things, if it's like a weird plant or a weird fruit or some animal thing that you've never seen before, and it looks like it could be dangerous or poisonous, then maybe a good idea to stay away. But I guess it all depends on how you're feeling, what you want to do. Some type of, got some berries. Here's what the little berries look like. They're like a really dark purple. Maybe like a, it's hard to describe. Probably work good as slingshot ammo. It's small, firm, probably super aerodynamic. Great for slingshot ammo. Ammunition. There's almost like a teeny trace of a path here. You kind of can see it go through there. It could just be a trail that some animals follow or something, but it almost like it's such a subtle trail that you follow it without even realizing that you're following it. You don't really realize you're on a trail, but you just like see there's a little bit less grass or a little bit less plants through there, so you tend to follow the little trails. Sun's definitely starting to get a little crispier. Crispy, nice and crispy out. Last year, I remember we had this like, I don't remember if the plant was wild or if we'd like bought it or something. We had these like little peas, and they were tiny peas compared to like normal peas that I was used to, and they tasted just like this plant. Just pulled this plant off of a little patch of grass, and it just brought back the memory of eating that thing in Canada. Strange. I noticed I'm having a really good day because I woke up earlier than normal. I woke up at least a few hours earlier than I normally do on a normal day. And just, I saw this thing somewhere, this post, and it said, the studies show that people who watch the sunrise have a better chance of having a good day. So I saw that, and it like kind of inspired me to want to like get out and film the sunrises a bit more here and there. But of course, a lot of the times it's hard to find the sunrise if there's a lot of clouds or if it's really just overcast out. So obviously you can't always just go out and watch the sunrise, but if you do have the opportunity to, definitely. Look at those droplets. I'm getting real macro. I noticed certain plants like to have the water droplets, and then other plants, they just will not get water droplets. I just came across this plant right here. So you can kind of see some type of weed, and this right here is known as porterweed. Not sure why, it just is. Like many things. Doesn't always make sense, but this right here is porterweed. Like a portal. Kind of looks like a purple portal. Nah, it's just porter. Porterweed. And there's no use for it that I know of. I guess you could use this as like some type of cordage. It's kind of like flexible, but decently strong. You could probably use that to help you build a shelter. Pretty fancy transitions, huh? Yeah, a little masking. I used to not really do those, but then I just like did it once, and I was like, it's kind of fun. Maybe I'll do it once in a while. I remember I used to see people do those transitions all the time, and I'd be like, I just cannot wrap my brain around this. But then once you figure it out, like most things, it seems really complicated. Once you learn it, you realize, oh, it's actually not as complicated or difficult as it seemed from looking at it. Except making videos is definitely more difficult than it looks. That's the one thing, the exception. But made myself a smoothie, and here we go. You guys ready? Boom! And here is my haircut. I know you're probably like, Tua, why do you cut your hair so short? Well, I know that within 1 week or 2 weeks, it's gonna be growing back like crazy. So I prefer to just get it cut
fairly short, and then it's just gonna grow back anyways. And I feel like a new person, like a different person. I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, whoa, like, look totally different here. But I like it. I like having short hair. It just feels really nice. Anyways, today's positive quote was sent to me from Natalie Rose, and that is that it's okay to be a glow stick. Sometimes you have to break before you shine. What this quote means to me is sometimes you have to be at a very low to get to a high. So maybe you're hiking up a mountain, and you're hiking. Oh my gosh, this mountain is so steep and it's so tiring and my legs hurt and I just feel like flopping down and giving up. And you know you're just like, and then you make it to the top. So worth it, just woohoo! Same goes for maybe making a massive long film or a bigger production movie. Maybe you're editing it and you've been working on this for just weeks and it's just taking way longer than you expected it to. And then you're just like, oh, I just feel like giving up. It's just, yeah, but I know once I finish it, it's gonna be so worth it. And then you finish it, just this awesome sense of accomplishment. So that's what that quote means to me. It's like a roller coaster. Sometimes you get to the really low before you get to the really high. That's a wrap for today's video. Remember to keep always doing awesome stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow early in the morning.